In my last video, we began the story of Aaron Evans, the most controversial and hated cast member from Love Island USA Season 6. We covered his initial popularity on the show, how he and his partner Kaylor were seen as one of the strongest couples, until Aaron threw it all away by cheating on her behind her back.
Oh.
But as bad as that sounds, that actually isn't what made Aaron so hated. Because what really took things to a new level and elevated him to true villain status was Aaron's god-awful responses to being found out. We're talking days of manipulation, gaslighting, stonewalling, all leading up to Kaylor saying this about him at the reunion.
Why would you do that? Why do you keep fucking lying to me and quit love bombing me? I don't want anything to do with you. I never want to speak to you again. You're disgusting. You're disgusting and you're a piece of fucking shit.
You can check out my first video on Aaron here if you're interested or want to get caught up. But for everyone else, let's get right into it. Aaron's a contestant on Love Island, a reality dating show. He's been coupled up with his partner Kaylor since the very beginning of the season. And although the two of them did have a few mishaps that I covered in the first video, the two of them were generally seen as one of the strongest and most authentic couples on the show. With Aaron even telling Kaylor he was falling in L with her, being too afraid to say the actual love word, and the two of them agreeing they wouldn't kiss anyone else. However, things took a turn when, 2/3 of the way through the season, the boys were given a choice to leave their villa and their partner and go to a second luxury villa to meet 6 brand new women. And Aaron, along with every other guy on the show, decided to go.
I don't feel like we got properly tested. It's very hard to get to know other people when you really like someone, when they're right there. However, here, no one's here, but we can almost put 100% into someone without feeling guilty about the other person.
And although his plan was just to get to know these other women, what he ends up doing is cheating a bunch. Making out with a girl, cuddling her all night, forming secret handshakes and being real close, you get the idea. But while his behavior at Casa Amor already made Aaron seem a bit unsavory, what really propelled him to the top of the season's biggest villains list was his numerous, absolutely terrible responses to the whole situation once Casa Amor ended and he went back to the original villa. And that's where today's story begins. At the end of last video, we saw Aaron return from Casa Amor hoping to recouple up with Kaylor. Kaylor confronted Aaron with the knowledge that she was sent a video of his behavior and asked him to explain himself. However, Aaron did no such thing and instead completely dismissed the whole thing and acted like it didn't fucking matter.
I mean, explain me like what you've seen first and then we can go from there.
What I saw? Tell me, what do you think I saw, Aaron?
I don't know what you've seen, so...
And now that dramatic recoupling ceremony is over, Aaron pulls Kaylor aside to try to explain what happened.
So Rob was like feeling on the first day and him and Daniela, like they showed interest in each other, but Rob took a step back from it because of me.
And already his framing here is very interesting. It's kind of introducing the idea that Aaron only went along with it because his friend made a sacrifice for the two of them or something. You know what I mean? It's not, I liked her and therefore I pursued her. It was, I kind of liked her, but Rob wanted to be with her, and then Rob said, no, like, you take it, man. So I kind of just had to, you know? He then reminds Kaylor that we did technically say we were open.
We're in an open. We said before we went up there, I was like, we're in right? We're so open.
Right. We were open. We were so open. So I definitely didn't do anything wrong. And then, while being unable to make any eye contact with Kaylor, he kind of admits what he did.
So, yes, after the challenge that we kissed on the first day and then the second day, I did kiss her out of the challenge, right?
Actually, you made out with her several times, but okay, let's just ignore that.
Then I started spiraling and I felt super guilty and super shit about the whole situation.
So you pegged her a couple times?
Yeah, and that was it.
Kaylor then cries a bunch because although, yes, technically they weren't closed off and Aaron could have done this, she still chose to not do any of this when she was given the opportunities.
Because whenever I think of you, like, yeah, we're not dating, you're not my boyfriend, you're right, we're not closed off. But it means way more than that to me.
He apologizes to her for not being more strong-willed. And after some more back and forth, Kaylor hesitantly accepts, although jokes with him that he's gonna have a lot of kissing ass to do.
Can I have one hug? One underarm hug. Just one.
You don't deserve this right now.
And although Aaron's apology here seemed kind of genuine, I have to point out that is not an accurate telling of what happened at Casa. Aaron's framing it here like he was an entirely passive participant in the whole thing. I did it because Rob took a back seat. I did it because we had to test ourselves, so I just happened to go along with it. So yes, we kissed a couple times, but I felt so bad and guilty the whole time. I'm just so sorry I wasn't stronger-willed. Because really, I wanted to say no, I just wasn't strong enough to say no in the moment. Right? It's kind of framing it almost like he's a victim of the circumstances, and not like he actively pursued Daniela, made out with her multiple times, not just a few and not just little pecks. And even here, when he told her straight up, this isn't just a test, this is something more than that.
But I do really, really like you, and I feel like it's more than just a test, and I'm happy that you're here.
Thank you.
He's presenting the story as being way more innocent and mild than it really was. And if you're in Kayla's position, why wouldn't you believe it? She asks the other guys that were there. She asks Daniela. Everyone confirms that Aaron was hesitant and did feel guilty. But when he wasn't feeling guilty, he was also clearly pursuing Daniela. And that's the other half of the story that Aaron is conveniently leaving out. He tells Kayla the next day that he actually hated his entire time at Casa, and tells her he basically didn't even want to go in the first place.
I actually hate this and I miss you so much. I don't know why, I just felt like I hadn't had any other connection in this place, and it felt like the Casa Amor thing to do and the Love Island thing to do was to explore other connections to make you feel like you're in a stronger position with someone else, even though I was like, I don't feel like I need to be tested.
Now, obviously, Aaron said the exact opposite several times, that he felt like they did need to be tested and this was for the relationship. But I'm actually willing to give Aaron some slack here, because I actually do think that this is manipulated by the show and the environment to make you think that this is what you should be doing. After all, it's in the show's best interest to preach this testing out connections philosophy in order to maximize potential drama. But even if I believe Aaron here, and maybe he was just wrapped up in everything and didn't really feel like he needed to test the relationship, he still did. And when he was there, he was definitely giving it his all, so to speak. But Kayla believes him because why wouldn't she? And the two of them agree to just focus on the future and leave this whole Casa thing behind.
Good to finally let go of what happened in Casa and move the F on, baby. I'm so excited to finally move forward with him, see where it goes, pick up where we left off, and keep falling in love.
Before we get to the next part, Aaron has a conversation with his best friend Rob later, saying that once this whole Casa thing calms down a little bit more, he plans on asking Kayla out to be his official girlfriend. And although that revelation really makes Rob happy, Aaron's concerned that he's moving too quickly, right before saying this.
I'm just gonna speak to her maybe today or tomorrow about how I feel, and then ask her to marry me in 5 days.
Okay, so too soon to be exclusive? Oh man, commitment. How scary. But not too soon to say that you're falling in love with her and that she's your future wife and you'll be married in 5 days. I don't know. I kind of feel like I usually ask someone out before I think I'm in love with them. I feel like that's kind of a first step before you get set, but I don't know. I guess these are the people they get to go on these kind of dating shows. But all right, the two of them are happy, they're leaving Casa in the past, and they're ready to focus on the future. Until the Islanders play a game where they have to read some of the tweets from America about what they've seen on the show so far. And as you can imagine, reading comments on social media, it is pretty brutal. Now, the way it works is the couple currently driving the car will read a tweet about an Islander, but with that name removed. And it's up to the couple driving the car to guess who this tweet is referring to, and afterwards we get to find out what the tweet really said. And it all starts with Aaron.
Taylor asked Aaron to show you his handshake with Daniela.
You guys have a handshake?
What? Oh, shit.
Damn, that's starting some tea.
Yeah, you remember in the beginning of the season when Aaron invented a secret handshake with Kayla? Well, if you recall from last video, Aaron used that exact same handshake with Daniela while he was at Casa Amor. Now, maybe it's not the biggest deal, and Kayla right now doesn't know that it's actually the same secret handshake. So to her, she's just thinking, okay, that's kind of weird. However, it gets a whole lot worse.
The Gout is the only man in the villa I support. At least he's blatant about getting to know multiple women. He isn't putting up a fake front like Aaron or Cordell.
Oof, yeah. You remember when I said that every guy went to Casa Amor? Well, Miguel was one of them, and although he was also in a relationship at the time, he was by far the most vocal and brutal about his desire to get to know other women. But as we can tell from the tweet, that didn't make him the biggest villain, because unlike Aaron, at least he was honest about it. So that wasn't very good, but it's this third tweet that really seals Aaron's fate.
Man, I feel bad for blank, because they don't even show the worst of it.
And to make it even worse, the couple driving the car guess Kaylor. Now, regardless of who this tweet was originally about, Kaylor is now thinking, why the hell did Kenny, the guy that went to Casa, pick me? What did he see that I don't already know about? And unfortunately, confirming her suspicion, the tweet was indeed about Kaylor.
Man, I feel bad for Kaylor, because they didn't even show the worst of it.
Damn.
I see such a wonderful guy in Aaron, so hearing this from the public definitely hurts, and it making me think, like, do I know a different Aaron?
Man, as bad as it is, the show really is good at stirring the pot. After the game, Kaylor has no idea what this is supposed to mean. And so she asks Daniela about it, and the only thing she can think of was some kind of offhand showering together comments Aaron may have made.
But he said like a comment just about, was basically saying like showering together. And it was kind of a joke.
It's not a fucking joke.
Now, I know this kind of sounds like a nothing burger, but if we pay attention to the details here, this actually ends up being one of Aaron's worst offenses, in my opinion. You see, Kaylor is very upset about this news because apparently, since the very beginning of the season, Aaron has been repeatedly asking Kaylor for the two of them to shower together. And very recently, just before he went to Casa, the two of them finally did. So this was a big thing, the two of them finally do it, and then when he goes to Casa, he makes a joke about that exact same thing to a new girl, obviously making Kaylor feel very betrayed. Meanwhile, while Kaylor and Daniela talk, Aaron is seen visibly distressed being comforted by Rob after that social media game. He's kind of wondering out loud why he's in the doghouse right now, as if it wasn't obvious that Kaylor would be upset by these tweets and would be distrustful of Aaron right now. But okay. Rob tells him that there was some kind of shower comments you made that Kaylor's upset about.
You said something about we should take a shower together or something like that.
It was just a throwaway comment. It's not like I'm gonna fucking
Yeah, exactly. But I think that's really gonna piss Kaylor off, which I can see why.
You're just taking the piss. I never fucking did it either.
And Aaron, very dejected, now tells Rob that he's considering taking a step back from his relationship with her.
Part of me just thinks like I want to just take a step back. I don't know what the fuck I want. Just confused all the time.
What? You just told Rob yesterday you wanted to ask Kaylor out to be your girlfriend. But now, because Kaylor's upset by some very understandable shit, now you're overwhelmed and want to take a step back from the whole thing? That feels pretty ridiculous to me and kinda self-centered. But at least Aaron knows he messed up, he understands why Kaylor would be hurt, and he's got a best friend like Rob who encourages him to not take a step back, be there for Kaylor, and encourages him to own his mistakes.
You're not perfect, Aaron. Nobody's fucking perfect. But you have a good heart, and you mean well. I believe that.
However, the mediocre vibes quickly become extremely bad vibes. When, later that night, Kaylor asks Aaron about the shower comments, and he responds by being a complete fucking asshole. Kaylor starts off the conversation by asking Aaron if there was anything else that happened at Casa that he would like to share.
So the challenge today, do you have something to tell me that I've been like missing?
Clearly setting him up to explain this whole shower comment from earlier. However, Aaron says this.
I've got nothing to tell you. I've told you everything that's of importance.
You've told me everything that's important. Are you sure?
Yeah, of importance, yeah.
What about what's important to me? Have you considered that?
Well, what? Yeah, you obviously know something that I'm like missing.
Oh my god. Rob told him about the shower comment earlier. Aaron knows what Kaylor is referencing. Why play dumb right now? Even the way he says, I told you everything of importance, kind of feels to me like he's preemptively dismissing this whole shower comment thing as being completely unimportant. And when she brings it up, he says this.
How can you forget something like that?
Enlighten
you
me.
You asked her to shower with you? Like,
I knew
why?
that
Like, why?
Okay,
when you beg
wait,
me?
Wait. Let's not shout. Let's not shout.
Oh my god, the shower comment, like, how dumb. Again, he knew this would be the conversation. So unless he forgot that, this exasperation here is performative. Kaylor starts spiraling, Aaron starts interrupting, like, okay, I can explain. And his explanation is as follows. While they were in a group setting, Aaron asked Daniela what the audience has seen with him and Kaylor. She said she saw the two of them get it on in the shower, and Aaron said, no, we did not have sex in the shower, and then asked her, hey, do you want to jump in the shower, as a joke. However, this isn't a joke to Kaylor, who tries explaining as much to Aaron, who gets extremely defensive and dismisses all of her feelings.
It's not a fucking joke to me. Okay, well, it's not a joke to me. And you just look like I'm fun. Am I laughing?
We can nitpick tiny little bits of details the same way as when you were flirting with the guy up there. We can probably nitpick loads of things. That's not a big deal. That's not a big deal.
It's a big deal to me. Does that matter to you? No.
Aaron continues yelling, saying, how the hell was I supposed to know this was a big deal? Basically making the I'm not a fortune teller argument, which I think is a pretty stupid argument to make because she's telling you right now that it's a big deal to her and you're not taking it seriously at all now, so who the fuck cares what you knew before?
I'm literally saying it as a joke. I'm saying it as a joke.
It's not a joke.
And after the two of them take a little breather to calm down, the two of them get straight back to arguing, with Aaron repeatedly telling her that because he thinks it wasn't a big deal, that therefore she shouldn't think it's a big deal either.
Like, it's not
Aaron.
I'm telling you, it's not a big...
Why would you say that to her if you're flirting with her?
And then tries flipping it on her by saying that actually Aaron's the victim here because Kaylor knows everything that he did, but he doesn't know anything that Kaylor did.
I don't even know what you have said or haven't said. So this is so unfair right now because you know what's going on. And I've
Why
openly
is it
said...
about me? Now you're being victim and now it's about me. Quit playing victim, Aaron.
With the fight continuing to escalate, both shouting, both raising their voices, Aaron even clapping his hands at her, saying it was a fucking joke. Get over it.
You're not hearing me out. I
yes,
can't even talk.
I am hearing you out. And I'm saying it's a fucking joke.
I didn't even
I've
tell
told
you
that so many times.
I didn't even tell you what Daniela told me.
And little advice here for you, Aaron. Instead of all this cheating or shower comments, let's say Kaylor was upset at you because you dropped a pencil the wrong way. Maybe you dropped it completely by accident, but she has it in her head that you threw the pencil down and was really angry at her. I understand the desire to defend yourself in that situation and try to tell her that she's imagining things and that this didn't mean anything, but the other person has a feeling. She has something to say, and you denying it doesn't make it go away. Now, you don't have to roll over and go, yeah, you're right. I did throw the pencil out of anger, and I am guilty of this thing that I didn't really do. No, you don't have to lie, but you do have to hear them out. You ask, why are you upset? Oh, because you thought I was angry because you said that thing 10 minutes ago, and you thought I responded kind of coldly, so you thought I was seething on the inside this whole time and just not being communicative, and then I let it boil over and I was actually really mad at you, and you were scared about that. Is that right? Oh, I could totally see how if you thought I was mad earlier by that thing you said, how now when the pencil fell, like, oh, I could see how you could think that I was mad. Like, that makes sense. You try to understand their perception and validate how they feel, even if the literal sequence of events didn't go that way. So back to reality. Okay, Aaron, you thought the shower thing was a joke. You think it doesn't matter, that she's completely overreacting, and you know what? You may even be right. However, from her perspective, this is yet another revelation of something you were dishonest about. She expected you to be faithful. You weren't. She expected you to tell her the full truth. You didn't. And she was just told by all of America that there's more shit out there she doesn't know about. So even if it was a joke and it didn't mean anything, why wouldn't she be upset by this? And when you tell her over and over again that her feelings and perceptions don't matter, it just reinforces her feeling that Aaron isn't on my side. But let's not forget, that's not even why Kaylor's upset. She doesn't care if he said it as a joke or how he meant it. The point for her is that showering with him was a very intimate thing. That matters to her, and it hurts that he would joke about that with the girl he just met.
It's not a joke, and it's way more important to me than you, clearly.
And in case you thought that wasn't bad enough, we'll soon find out that everything Aaron said here was a lie. But back to the show, Aaron and Kaylor storm off. Kaylor goes to talk to her friend Liv about it and cry some more, while Aaron goes to Rob again to vent his frustrations. And again, acts like a total child.
Like, I'm meant to recite every single conversation that I've had with her. I literally cannot remember every single conversation.
You're not meant to do that.
I'm not fucking Wikipedia. I'm not like Albert Einstein. I can't remember everything.
Now, something that'll come up in a lot of discussions after the show is that Aaron does have apparently a bad case of ADHD, as do I actually. Fun fact, when I got tested as an adult and they hook you up to this computer where there's like cameras on you and you have to do all these tasks, I actually scored in the 99th percentile for hyperactivity. I've just learned over time that my hyperactivity is very mental and not physical, so you don't really see it in the same way. But I can empathize with Aaron here, and it is true that one of the absolute cores of ADHD is a deficiency in your working memory, along with impulsivity and emotional regulation, which Aaron seems to struggle with. So it may be that Aaron truly is forgetful of some of these little details, especially these shower comments that to him maybe isn't a big deal, and that's why he doesn't remember it. But ADHD isn't going to make you not give a shit about your partner's feelings, make you yell at them and clap at them, saying, because I don't care about it, you're not allowed to care about it either. And we see even more mental gymnastics from Aaron, as he then claims that if Kaylor still has a problem with this, that she's the one that has issues.
Can you accept that it's a joke? Because if you don't accept that it's a joke, then you're saying that you don't believe in the words that I'm telling you. And if you don't believe in the words that I'm telling you, then it's a lack of trust. And then it's a lack of trust, then it's like, well, then why are we here? Because if there's no trust, then what's the point?
Oh my God. So if you have sex with another girl and say, oh, it didn't mean anything, I only love you, then if she feels bad about it, it's because she doesn't trust you. And if she doesn't trust you, then there's no point to this entire relationship. We should just break up. Okay. Well, if you're mad at anything I ever do, it's because you don't trust me and like me and we should just break up and it's all your fault. Okay. God, what a stupid fucking argument to make.
She wants to keep going round and round in circles, then she either needs to drop it or drop me. It's one or the other.
Oh my God. Bro, it's been 1 day. It's been 1 day and he's already saying, oh my God, get over it already or we should just break up. Buddy, she's not going around and around in circles. This isn't the same thing that's being rehashed over and over. It's new shit she keeps finding out because you weren't completely honest with her in the beginning. Oh my God, that's so frustrating to watch. But luckily, Aaron has his friend Rob there, who again sets Aaron straight, reminding Aaron that of course Kaylor would feel bad right now, and so would you, Aaron, if you were in her position.
It made her feel the way she feels, and that's something that is real. And I think if she knew that you understood that, it might be a little different.
So why are you being an idiot? And Aaron agrees. Yeah, I guess you're right. I am being an idiot.
Like I probably didn't even just say sorry then. I probably didn't even apologize. Right now, she's important and her feelings are hurt.
Come on, man. Fuck. Don't be doing that though, for real. What were you thinking?
And decides to go apologize to Kaylor. However, even that can't go without controversy, because after he pulls Kaylor for a chat and takes her upstairs, he apologizes to Kaylor in what seems like a fairly genuine way. She's glad to hear it, but she does cry because this has been a lot for her. And then Aaron says this.
We can't build a relationship on lack of trust, so I think you just need to think what you want to do.
Okay, well then to me it just seems like you're giving up, and I feel like I didn't do anything.
That's such a manipulative thing to say right now. Essentially dangling the entire future of your relationship over her head, almost as some kind of blackmail threat to say, you might have to decide if you trust me and let go of all your feelings and concerns about me, or this relationship might be over. Again, can you just let people have some issues with trusting you moments after finding out that you've been lying about shit? And after she cries some more and Aaron gets more desperate, he says this.
I'm sorry that I made a mistake. I genuinely am. I came here by myself because I wanted to be with you at the end of the day. It's as simple as that. Oh God, I don't fuck! I fucking love you. There you go. I said it. I fucking love you to bits. I want to work for this. I don't want to fucking just throw this away.
And I don't either.
I just fucking.
Ugh. Why would you choose to say that now? A lot of fans, and I certainly don't blame them, saw this as an absolutely egregious attempt from Aaron to divert attention away from his wrongdoing in order to just let be bygones, get over it. Haha, we're in love, isn't that great? That's the worst case scenario, at least. Now, personally, I don't know how deliberate this was on Aaron's part. I think we've already seen examples of Aaron being very impulsive. And I think, considering the fact he already told Kaylor before he did any cheating that he was falling in love with her soon and already kind of set that precedent, and has been talking with the guys without her knowledge that he's planning on asking her out, I feel like that leads some credence to believe that these actually may be genuine feelings from Aaron, and in the heat of the moment and being so frazzled and confused, he just blurts it out. But even if he does mean it, saying it now still has the effect of distracting from his bad actions. That's still manipulative, consciously done or not. Kaylor's still crying and is still very upset with Aaron, but she is still moved by the revelation and does say that she loves him back. Aaron sort of apologizes for bringing it up in this bad way, but also seems very excited to focus on the we love each other part and be all cutesy when Kaylor is still a little hesitant.
You better not be just manipulating me right now, because you were in trouble and now you're just trying to get out.
Kayla! You can still be angry. I'm happy with you still being angry. Oh, fuck!
So, okay, Aaron's not looking very good here. But, you know, if this was just a single slip-up, maybe he forgot the shower thing, but everything else he said was 99% true, maybe they could let this one slide and just get back to normal, right? Well, not so fast. You see, the producers know that over the course of the summer, there is bound to be dozens of instances of dramatic things happening on camera that not everyone else on the island necessarily knows about. Whether that's flirting with someone behind their back, lying, outright cheating, or in Aaron's case, all the above. And so, near the end of each season, the producers host movie night, where the islanders get all dressed up and gather around a big screen TV to watch some spicy clips that we the audience have seen, but most of the islanders haven't. Or put in other words, the cast may have been fucking around this summer, but now it's time to find out. And the first clip everyone watches is the secret handshake Aaron makes with Daniela, side by side with the one he made with Kaylor.
Yeah. So. Look it. Cool.
No way!
But what's interesting here is not necessarily the handshake, because we kind of already knew that, but watch how Aaron responds to getting exposed.
It was the same exact thing that we made up, Aaron.
Just that. You're just looking, it's a promise.
Just that?
Okay, I'm sorry for making a handshake.
The same one?
It's not the same handshake. Okay. Cool.
Right? Like, just own it and apologize.
If Kaylor did that, he would freak the fuck out.
Look at him just eating the popcorn, Kaylor.
Wow. Okay. The level of absolute dismissiveness here. It looks like Aaron is slightly annoyed that he even has to open his mouth right now. Like, it's so inconsequential. Why are you even bothering me with this stupid, like, whatever? Can we just move on? It's honestly kind of shocking to see. I saw on Reddit that someone had actually found Aaron doing that same secret handshake when he was on that UK show, The Traitors. So it could very well be that this is not a particularly unique handshake for Aaron. Maybe it doesn't mean anything to him culturally. But even if I give Aaron that benefit of the doubt, hello, do you have two working eyes, buddy? Do you not see how this looks? You do a handshake with Kaylor, you do the same one with Daniela later, and judging by everyone else's reactions, seems like you haven't used this handshake with anyone else throughout the villa. It does not take a genius IQ to figure out how this looks. Or do you know exactly how this looks and you're trying to gaslight Kaylor in front of everyone into believing that that isn't the exact same handshake? Because that's how it kind of looks to me. Movie night continues with the attention shifting to exposing other cast members for a while, until we get to another Aaron clip a few minutes later. The full clip of the video Kaylor was sent by the producers of Aaron making out with Daniela. Now, we already saw most of this clip, so I won't play it again. But what's real interesting is what Aaron says at the end of the clip. And this is what he says.
Right now I can't stand up for like 2 minutes, so.
That boy is cute.
Oh my god, Aaron. Like, what the fuck?
Let's get kissed there.
Okay, a little crude from Aaron, making a little boner choke there. That certainly doesn't look good. But then he says this.
I feel like tomorrow we definitely just wake up and whatever, just come out and jump in the pool.
Can we? Yeah.
No, we can't do that. No.
You said it, not me.
No. Right.
Aaron. Oh, fuck.
Lost in a time.
Bro, no! He lied about the shower comment! Oh man, that whole thing. The whole time saying it was a joke. It was in a group setting. She brought up something first and I was just going with what she was saying. No! He asked if the two of them could shower together after he makes out with her for the first time. All that's defensiveness from Aaron, the yelling. It was a fucking joke. Get over it. He tried that hard to defend himself on a lie. Poor Kaylor, man. So they didn't just peck a few times. They made out passionately several times and were cute and romantic together. And they had the same handshake. And he got a boner. And he joked about them showering together, which turned out to be a lie. And when confronted with his clear lies, Aaron reacts like this.
I know, I'm sorry, I fucked up.
Fuck. It's always, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
What else do you want me to say? I'm not sorry.
Nothing.
Okay, well I won't speak again then, fuck.
What do you want? I said I'm sorry. What else can I do? Continue to be sorry. Continue to be remorseful. Recognize that your partner's been lied to several times and she just found out about another one in a public setting, and you're gonna sit here and be annoyed that she's upset again? Yeah, she should be. The level of disconnected from Aaron right now, it's incredible. And then we get the final clip of Aaron and Kaylor for the night, which actually goes so poorly that it ends movie night entirely. Now, it's a long clip, so I can't show the full thing, but you might remember it if you saw my previous video on Aaron. It takes place during another kissing challenge. Aaron carries Daniela to the shower and aggressively makes out with her against the wall. Not the best look, but unfortunately it is a challenge. However, he also made out with Daniela again immediately afterwards, and Aaron says this.
That's kind of cool. Do you want to do it again?
Come on, dude. Like, why? Like, why? Like...
It's a challenge.
No, it fucking wasn't. The first makeout scene, sure, you should still be a little kind, recognizing that your partner still saw you aggressively make out with another woman. You don't have to be so nonchalant and dismissive about that. But no, man, that second one is all you. That was a completely optional, voluntary makeout session that 10 out of 10 people can agree on. It's clear as day, and still Aaron dismisses it entirely, not even looking at Kaylor, not even glancing in her direction, while he nibbles his thumb like he couldn't care less. We then see Aaron in the clip tell Daniela that that was his favorite moment of the summer.
That was probably my favorite moment in the whole time I've been here. Like, it was fucking literally
like,
hilarious.
What?
Not anything with Kaylor, you know, the woman he claims he's falling in love with, but making out with Daniela a bunch of times. And of course, Aaron doesn't react the best.
What?
No, I'm talking about, I was talking, this is completely the wrong context. This was a complete wrong context. We were talking about the last fucking challenge that we did.
Maybe there's something I'm missing here? Because if Aaron is implying that the way this clip was cut up, it sounded like he was saying that making out with Daniela was the best thing he did all summer. But what he actually meant was the makeout challenge where he kissed Daniela a bunch of times was his favorite moment of the summer. I mean, I don't really see how that makes it any better. And in the final clip of movie night, we then see Aaron tell Daniela explicitly that this isn't just a test, and he likes Daniela a lot more than that.
But I do really, really like you. And I feel like it's more than just a test. And I'm happy that you're here.
Thank you.
So
Wow. You remember that framing I pointed out earlier where Aaron was being very passive and I just went along with it? And I didn't even want to. And it was just a few times and it was just a test. And I didn't even want to have to do a test. Like I was such a victim of the experience. Yeah, that's looking like a bunch of bullshit. And if you're noticing a theme by now, Aaron's reaction is somehow even worse than the revelation.
You just dig yourself a bigger hole every day.
Mate, it's what I felt in the moment. I'm gonna chase what I feel in the moment. It's simple as that.
I don't give a shit if you wanted to do it. You think just because you felt like doing it, somehow that exonerates you of all personal responsibility? Your actions have downstream consequences, and one of those is your partner being upset and not liking you. So that's gonna happen, and you're gonna have to deal with that.
Feel in the moment, it's simple as that.
Doesn't mean there's consequences to your own actions.
Yeah, there is consequences, but that's what I felt in the moment. It's simple as that. I know I made a mistake at the end of the day.
Wait, so which one is it? Is it okay to do whatever you want to do because that's how you felt in the moment? Or even though you wanted to do it, you still acknowledge it was a mistake?
I wanted to test myself as much as everyone else. Yes, I wasn't thinking about Kayla.
There's your answer.
I'm only fucking human. I can't do everything perfect.
What do you want from me? I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. Bro, so what? Yeah, nobody's perfect. That doesn't mean that no one should feel guilty or take accountability for their fuck-ups. That excuse maybe works when you accidentally spill some milk with your cereal in the morning. Oh, why'd you spill the milk? Like, why'd this little accident happen? Like, oh, hey, I'm human, I mess up sometimes. But cheating and lying to your partner about it repeatedly? I don't know, bro. I'm human too. I never did that shit. No, bro, that excuse doesn't fly with me at all. And to me is one of the lowest of the low attempts at minimizing and dismissing the accusations against you in order to save face and get out scot-free. No, man, you gotta do your time. That's just manipulation. Also, in case you missed that, Aaron just said here that he wasn't thinking about Kaylor during his time at Casa. Which is interesting because not only is that a pretty terrible self-admission that makes him look pretty bad, but it's also provably not true. We saw Aaron say several times how guilty he was and how often he was thinking about Kaylor.
Talk to us, Aaron.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel really guilty, so...
Just having a conversation?
I feel like shit.
So that must have meant it went really fucking well then.
Yeah, it kind of did.
At first, this seems like a contradiction, but I actually have a theory of how both of these can be true. it's just a theory, but with ADHD, you can be very blind to things that aren't right in front of you, including people and emotions. And given Aaron's general impulsivity, I suspect he's in a cycle where he meets Daniela, is 1000% into her, like she's the best thing in the world.
I already feel like I love you so much. Like, I genuinely, that's so crazy.
Super into her, but once she leaves and he has some time for himself, he then remembers Kayla exists and feels really bad and guilty. Then he sees Daniela again and falls head over heels, then she leaves and he feels bad again, and the cycle continues. Put another way, instead of being more consistent with his feelings from moment to moment, instead, Aaron seems to go from 0% to 1000%. That's what it kind of looks like, and if we swap out feelings here for attention, I think we can see how this relates to ADHD. Now, like I said, it's just a theory and it doesn't excuse anything here, but as an ADHDer myself, I wanted to share some insight from my personal experiences in case it might help anyone out there or Aaron himself. Anyway, back to the show. Aaron continues to try to defend himself by saying yet again that this was his experience too, and if that's the way he wanted to test things out, then he should be allowed to.
But I was thinking of you every single minute.
Yeah, but it's not a tit for tat situation. Like, yes, this is your experience and this is my experience as well.
That's not the argument here, Aaron. You're not in trouble for exploring a connection. You're in trouble for constantly lying about it. Stop trying to say you're innocent when you're not. He's missing the entire grade of points here, and when he realizes that this argument of his isn't working, he then tries making Kayla the bad guy with this dumbass argument.
That's how I want to test things. Do you not test out anything with Connor? Like at the end of the day, like at the end of the day. Exactly. Yeah, but it's not about being there. It's not about being there.
To give you an idea of just how stupid that argument is, Connor was a guy that Kayla explored a connection with all the way back in episode 2. Everyone had just met less than 48 hours ago. She only explored that connection with Connor for like a day. And the second Connor walked through the villa doors, Kayla immediately gave Aaron the heads up that she wanted to explore connection. To put that in real life terms, that would be like if Kayla met up with Aaron for a first date on Friday, but she also had planned a first date with Connor on Saturday and she told Aaron about it. And Aaron's really trying to say that that's the same thing as him now in a significantly more committed relationship, talking about love, talking about being together outside the villa, agreeing to not kiss anyone else because that would break their heart, and then doing all this stuff with Daniela without telling Kayla about it behind her back. He's really gonna say that that's the same thing. Like, come on, man, that's embarrassing. Kayla is crying intensely at this point.
You're yelling at me and I'm sitting here hurt. How do you think I feel? I just watched videos of you doing this. Just stop yelling at me.
And in all that chaos, Aaron gets up and storms off the set.
Well, tell me, does it hurt?
Obviously, that's how I felt at the time, so that's what I wanted to do. That's how I wanted to test my connection. Like, I can't change it. I made a mistake. What's the point in trying to mend it? Because as soon as you try and mend it, it's just going to get fucked again. Just done with it.
Oh my god. As if he's the victim right now. As if he's fucking Sisyphus, forever pushing his boulder of apology and regrets up the mountain, only for Kayla to get mad at some random bullshit and it all come crashing down again. Bro, the reason you keep having to mend shit is because more of your lies keep getting exposed. This isn't some grand conspiracy to keep you down. This is you facing the consequences of your own actions. And it's so frustrating to watch Aaron act like he's just a victim of circumstance. He gets a little pep talk by his friend Rob, who again tries to calm him down and set him straight.
You care about her honestly and truly, but put yourself in her shoes. That would tear you to shreds. Watching you make out with Daniela over and over again, she is very valid in feeling the way she does. You just gotta fucking suck it up, because it's not worth losing her over this shit.
Aaron agrees with Rob and accepts he messed up. He goes back to set and movie night ends.
Say fucking rock and roll.
The dramatics.
The drama is just for real. Like, how about how she feel? I can't fucking.
We see him again apologize to Kayla the next day and does a pretty good job of it, I think. He apologizes again sometime later and gives her a little seashell necklace because when the two of them wear it, they can always see each other because they're next to the ocean. I don't know, that was kind of cute.
Yeah, of course it's gonna take more than just a seashell necklace to win her back. I'm a massive idiot, and I know that, and she knows that. But she also knows that I'm her big idiot.
And in a sudden recoupling that night, luckily it's Bowie's choice, so Aaron obviously picks Kayla, gives her a whole speech about how she's his person, he's found his best friend that he's falling in love with, he promises to keep making up to her, you know, all that cute stuff, and picks Kayla.
I'm gonna spend like the rest of my time in this place trying to make it up for her. And if I get an opportunity on the outside world to carry on doing that, I'll do that for as long as I have to.
Tell me, could this be love? Could you be there to lift me up?
It was honestly pretty cute. Everyone in the villa is all cheesing and happy for them. And although I think you'd be very justified in hating Aaron right now, unfortunately during this recoupling, Kaylor's best friend in the villa, Liv, who has not been Aaron's biggest ally in the show, she ends up going home and in her final goodbye to Kaylor says this.
Fucks up again, I'll fuck him up. But he genuinely cares so much about you. He really loves you. I really see it working out, and I said it all day, and I'll say it again. But if he hurts you, I'll jump over this.
I swear to God.
I'll swim here from Australia.
After the recoupling, Aaron decides that he is going to ask Kaylor out officially to be his girlfriend. Aaron cooked her a special dinner and decorated and wrote her a poem. The whole thing was a little over the top for me personally, but he put in a lot of effort into it, and the entire villa was gathered around to celebrate as Kaylor said yes.
Yes, I want to be.
Let's go! Yes, yes! Woo! You can
And it seems like the Aaron and Kaylor redemption arc truly begins. Well, I guess it's really just Aaron's redemption arc. No one really had anything bad to say about Kaylor other than the fact that maybe she cries too much. But the two of them do hit a real snag when a few days later, there's another America's Favorite voting ceremony, and for the first time, Aaron and Kaylor are not chosen as one of America's favorites. And narrowly get sent home, but are saved at the very last minute by their fellow Islanders who still believe in them. The next day, we're down to our final 6 couples, and there is another round of America's Favorite voting. And in a vote that surprised all the Islanders, Aaron and Kaylor are sent home.
Leah and Miguel.
The Islanders are absolutely shocked. Aaron and Kaylor are not too upset because at least they're going home with each other. And it's doubly okay because Rob is also sent home at the same time. So at least Aaron and Rob can go home together. And before the two of them leave the show for good, we essentially get a montage of all the other Islanders basically advocating for the two of them and saying that regardless of how they were portrayed, the two of them are a real couple and they all believe in their future together.
Say what you want, but Aaron repented for his sins at Casa, and I'm really excited for their future.
And the 4 of them leave the villa with their head held high, knowing they made it all the way until the day before the finale, and they're leaving the villa with a good relationship and a new friend in Rob. And that's the end of the story. There's nothing else that comes out that makes this whole thing 10 times worse and makes me go on a whole another rant. See you next week. Okay, fine, let's talk about the reunion. Now, unlike other reality TV shows where the reunion is filmed like 8 months after the filming of the show, because Love Island is filmed in mostly real time, the reunion only takes place about a month after the finale of the show. Enough time for the contestants to realize just how much everyone in the world hates them now, but not enough time to really process that or have a normal life again. Thankfully, the reunion is only about an hour and 15 minutes long, and because it's snappier, there's really only one scene we have to talk about with Aaron and Kaylor, which is fortunate because one is definitely enough. Now, for some quick context, although many cast members got a bunch of hate in this 1 month period, not like anyone needs to compare or anything, but clearly Aaron got a lot of it. Like I alluded to in my previous video, apparently lots of the Vanderpump Rules TikTok fan base was extremely negative and vitriolic to Aaron. And to make things even worse, apparently in this month, Aaron's granddad had also passed away. So suffice it to say, Aaron's had a pretty rough go of it, and that's something we should keep in mind going forward. Around halfway through the episode, the host Ariana turns to Aaron and Kaylor and asks how the two of them are doing. They both fumble with their words a bit until Aaron says straight up that they're not doing very well and it's all his fault.
Not very good at all. I think I'm just gonna come out and say it, I lied to Kayla, straight up. I didn't tell her the whole truth.
All right, we're off to a good start here. We saw him apologize numerous times in the show after having a moment to calm down, and he's had a month to do so, so I think this is good to see. However, the other pattern we've seen throughout the show is that Aaron seems to have a problem with lying. And as it turns out, there's one thing I've been neglecting to mention throughout this story that throws everything we've seen previously into question. And this is what Aaron says.
Didn't tell her the whole truth. You know, I put my hands down Daniela's pants, I kissed her, I snogged her.
What?
We had loads of romantic connections.
Wait, then why didn't you tell me this 2 days ago when I was asking you in our hotel room? Why?
Jesus.
Be honest with me and look me in the eyes when you say that then. Don't look at Ariana. I'm tired of the fucking excuses. Take accountability and be a fucking man.
Aaron had his hand down Daniela's pants. First, it was just a few pecks, nothing serious. Then it was the repeated makeout sessions, the handshake, the shower comment, all the emotional entanglements that he hid from her. And now, a month after the show, she finds out something else. And this is the straw that truly breaks the camel's back.
Why would you do that? Why do you keep fucking lying to me and quit love bombing me? Literally, I cannot believe I wasted my entire fucking summer on you, Aaron. I don't want anything to do with you. I never want to speak to you again. You're disgusting. And I do not deserve that. And you know what? I walked into the villa being so confident and you beat me down, beat me down, beat me down, and I left a different fucking girl. It's not cool and it's not fun.
Oof. Brutal, man. And to make things even worse, the two of them have been talking during this month break. Now, the two of them weren't officially together anymore, because as we find out, when Kayla was home for a week or two and was actually able to watch the Casa scenes for herself, she thought it was all too much and had broken up with Aaron. But the two of them had been talking. The two of them apparently flew into New York, where the reunion is being filmed, a few days before the reunion so the two of them could hang out together and see the Big Apple. And during all that time, online and in person, Aaron waited until right now, when everyone's on camera together, to tell Kayla the full truth.
You're disgusting and you're a piece of fucking shit.
Kayla is completely disgusted with Aaron at this point and even has to switch seats with her best friend Liv just to get some space from him. Kayla and Liv ask Aaron why he didn't say anything about this earlier, to which Aaron says very defeatedly,
So why didn't you tell me?
I didn't have the balls at the end of the day.
Cut this shit.
I didn't.
Fuck you, Aaron.
Please, you didn't have the balls.
You didn't have the balls for 2 months. When are they gonna fucking drop?
which, while I can understand a little bit not wanting to come out with the truth, you're able to come out with the truth now while on camera? I mean, surely you know, if you've decided you're going to reveal this thing on the reunion, you'd think there's kind of a countdown in his head. Like, oh my God, the reunion's tomorrow, so I have to tell her tonight because there's no way she can find out on the reunion, you know? The host Ariana asks Kaylor what changed between the end of the show when the two of them were together and now where there was so much animosity. Kaylor explains what I said earlier, everything was fine initially until she went home and watched the scenes from Casa. She brings up the whole debacle with her kissing Hakeem back in episode 6 of the show, and Aaron completely lost his shit and made her feel like she was literal human garbage weeks before he did clearly worse behavior and lied about it. Karen talks about how much she was supporting Aaron initially, and Aaron, saying something since the first time he tried apologizing, pushes back and says, actually, I was going through hell. Everyone online was hating me. My granddad died, and yet you still went on podcasts and talk shit about me, so don't sit here and act like you've been nothing but nice to me.
You know it affected me, and you still went and shat all over me. So don't say that you were supporting me, because that is not what you did.
And that's horrible, but then I can't tell you how I feel then.
No, you can tell me how you feel, but you can also support me.
He clarifies that the reason he wasn't more forthcoming about this information earlier was because back at Fiji, where the show was filmed, he thought there was too much going on and didn't want to say it then. Everyone was getting a bunch of hate during this last month before the reunion of the show, so that wasn't a good time. And he did mention a few days ago when they got to New York together, because the two of them were finally back on some kind of friendship track, and he didn't want to ruin what little good time they had with this new information. And finally, with another apology.
I do genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry for everything I put you through, and I just want you to know that. I'm sorry. I genuinely am.
Let's all take a breath, and we'll be right back.
Aaron and Kaylor's segment on the reunion, and therefore Aaron's time on the show, comes to an end. And all in all, I feel very conflicted about this whole thing. Because on the one hand, I've spent literal hours at this point staring into this camera, talking mad shit about everything I can possibly think of with Aaron's time on the show, highlighting the emotional manipulation, the hypocrisy, the seeming constant lying, and how he continuously fails to make up for these issues despite numerous attempts to do so. I mean, really, after messing up so many times, you're gonna wait until being on the show to tell her about the fingering thing? Just why, Aaron? But on the other hand, I still can't shake the feeling that Aaron is less of a terrible person at heart and more of a well-meaning person with some pretty terrible relationship issues. Because beside the apologies, beside his genuine care for his fellow Islanders, and the fact that everyone who's worked with him seems to have nothing but nice things to say about him, well, except Kayla, of course, what I really keep coming back to is what Rob says about him here.
He's doing the best he can, I think.
What'd you say, Rob?
I don't disagree with anything that's been said. I think every time I've talked to Aaron, I tell you the same thing every single time. Just be accountable. He's just an idiot, and I love him. But he is, he struggles, and he's got problems. He's not perfect, but he's not a horrible person.
An idiot with problems, with accountability issues, but not a horrible person. Now, to be absolutely clear, being an idiot does not excuse shit in my book. And there's this god-awful trope with specifically men in relationships, but can't apply to anyone, where men are often seen as so emotionally clueless and infantile that, whoopsie, I cheated on you, haha, boys will be boys, I'm just being a guy, can't blame me. No, fuck that shit. I hate when people give stupid guys an out for their dogshit behavior just because the bar for so many men is on the fucking floor. And any man with an ounce of self-respect or real masculinity shouldn't accept that excuse either, as far as I'm concerned. But I did notice Aaron was always able to come around and admit his wrongdoing after Rob was able to approach him about it non-confrontationally. I don't know why, if it was some kind of adverse events in childhood or various relationship traumas in life, or how much his ADHD plays a factor, but Aaron seems to be completely incapable of handling any confrontation where he's perceived as the bad guy. And he handles that perceived threat with extreme hostility and emotional distance. Like the handshake thing at movie night. Remember when he just ate the popcorn and pretended like he couldn't hear the girls?
Okay, I'm sorry for making a handshake.
Just sits there and eats his popcorn.
That's not someone being cool and nonchalant. That's someone extremely defensive, already prepared for battle. And so many of his terrible responses look like that. And yet, whenever that happens, Rob approaches him afterwards, tells him he loves him. You did a great job, Aaron. So proud of you. However, Kayla's got a point. And you know that, Aaron. You care so much about her. You're a great guy. I believe that.
You're not perfect, Aaron. Nobody's fucking perfect. But you have a good heart, and you mean well. I believe that.
And after that calm, non-judgmental, kind of kid gloves handling approach, the criticism can actually be absorbed in Aaron without hitting a brick wall, and Aaron's moral compass is able to kick back in. So, do I think Aaron is some evil master manipulator? I personally don't think so. Is he this great, genuine guy that's entirely misunderstood? He just made some mistakes and all the criticisms on his behavior is totally unjustified, like some people believe? No, I don't think that either. From his YouTube channel that he runs now, where he travels the world with his dog, talk about hiking and being in nature, I think the genuine, goofy, vegan Aaron that fans fell in love with is the real Aaron. But I also think you can be a good friend, a good coworker, and a good son without being a good romantic partner. And without knowing him in person and going off of what we've seen on TV, it seems like both of those identities may be true. Thank you all so much for watching till the end. I hope you enjoyed this saga on Aaron. Sorry I didn't get this video out earlier. I was doing some traveling and actually came back with a week-long food poisoning. That was certainly an experience I'd never like to relive, so glad that's over. If you're watching this as soon as the video goes live, I'm currently in the air right now, traveling for a few more weeks. But I'll be back by the end of February, and I can't wait to make so many more videos on assholes from TV. My next series will be on a truly narcissistic individual who may or may not have gotten married at first sight. Let me know your guesses on who that is below. Also, let me know in the comments anyone else you'd like me to make a video on, and I'll check them out. A big thank you to all of your channel members for helping keep the lights on, and if you'd like to see these videos as soon as I'm done with them and not wait until they air, then you can also become a channel member by hitting the join button below. And until next time, I'll see you later.